Hello, friends. Welcome to Aslan Speaks. Today, today I'm going to be talking about signs of a soulmate. Signs of a soulmate. It'll be a fun topic. Due to popular request, I was asked to do this episode. So, obviously, on my YouTube channel and through my other social media, people reach out to me all the time and ask for relationship advice, or they ask if they are how they could tell if they're dating a karmic or their twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart. There's many titles, and I ask you guys to just follow your inner knowing, your intuition. Pick what resonates with you, because certain messages are not for everybody. If you listen to this for 5 minutes and it's not resonating with you, then this is probably not your video, or it's not meant for you. Everything in life is energy, guys. Even your soulmate or twin flame, divine counterpart, whatever you want to call it. Ultimately, when you find a good partner in life, there's chemistry. There's that vibe, the energetic frequency. You just vibe. You're like energy. Meaning, so like you could be yourself around them. You feel whole, complete, comfortable. You just vibe with them. And how you know you vibe with them? Because you all been there where you've been around somebody or a certain environment and you're just like, your soul is screaming at you, hey, I need to go. I feel uncomfortable. You're not vibing in that environment or with that person. So with a soulmate, you vibe. Now this will be a freestyle / I wrote some things down. So yeah, let's begin, guys. It's in my opinion that a soulmate is not your ultimate partner to be with romantically, right? So if anyone follow me, like in my book, Hidden Knowledge, Gained Wisdom on Amazon, I have a chapter about twin flames, and I talk about karmic relationship, soulmate relationships, and twin flame relationships. And if you're interested about twin flame, a twin flame relationship, check out my other videos. They're on this channel. But in my opinion, a soulmate can be a romantic partner, or it could just be a really good friend. A soulmate could be your dad or your mom or your siblings or your best friend. Soulmate means soul friend. Often in life, a soulmate could be somebody that you knew in a past life. I don't know if you guys don't believe in reincarnation, that's fine. But so like that you knew your soulmate or soul friend in a past life. They might have been a past lover. They might have been a past friend. They might have been a past parent, or the roles could have been reversed. You could have been the parent in the past life, and they could have been one of your children. But basically, a soul friend is someone who knows you on a soul level. And often, hold on. So what happens is, like, let's say someone passes on, and then there's a soul contract, and they make a soul contract that states that, hey, I'm going to come reincarnate in this lifetime with you in some shape or form. And usually there's when within as a soul contract, they enter into your life to help you grow and develop, or show you or guide you in some shape or form. Or also they could be your worst kryptonite as well. Some help you spiritually awaken. They cause some, a lot of people who go through a spiritual awakening, and this happened to me in my case, is I went through a rough relationship many, many years ago. And I was so broken and hurt, I was seeking answers. I'm like, why was this connection was so powerful? And why did it affect me so greatly? Because we all have relationships with people, friends, family, or romantic, and they don't really affect you. You keep going about your day. Yeah, you were hurt for a second, but you brush off your shoulder and you're back to good again. But then there's those people that come into your life that just, they're that tornado that just uprooted your whole house, meaning you. And now you're sitting there picking up all the rubble, trying to build your house again or build yourself up again. Obviously, I'm a very spiritual person, and I've done extensive research on soulmates and spirituality. And it's in my opinion that nobody comes into your life by accident. Like I said earlier, it's you vibe. You attract to you certain people, and some help with your soul growth. Well, even though the negative moments or negative experiences, they help with your soul growth if you're able to see the light in the darkness. Often we're so heartbroken that we're just filled with anger and bitterness, resentment, but we don't look at the life lesson that we should have learned. Do you have any experiences in your life where there's a certain person or a certain situation that happened and you're bitter and anger and you're still holding on resentment? What was the life lesson? What were you supposed to learn? What truth were you ignoring? Ooh, what truth were you ignoring? I've been there, guys. One of the biggest things I had to learn to relationships, romantic and otherwise, is don't, I had to learn this, how you say it. Imagine you as a garden. And you're green, you got all these different flowers blossoming. And then a person comes into your garden, and they're like a weed. And slowly that weed starts sapping the color out of your garden. And your flowers are starting to petal. Your trees are starting to lean over or get uprooted. It went from green to a dark brown. And I had to learn never to allow anybody, even if you love them and care for them, to destroy your garden or destroy you, lead you astray, guide you down the wrong path, encourage you to do stuff in your lower nature. I'm all about doing stuff in your higher nature to evolve, to become the best version of you. So before I begin, I encourage you all to be the best versions of you. It's hard to do. You got to sit with yourself and look at yourself and see what aspects of yourself you don't like and what aspects you like. And then you fill yourself up with good positivity and remove all that negative attributes about yourself. Because if you really, a lot of people who are searching for signs of a soulmate or a twin flame or relationship advice, ultimately, to have a great relationship, you have to heal yourself first. You have to heal yourself first. Because let's just face it, if you're watching this, you want to find your soulmate or your twin flame. Because you think that by finding that special partner, by meeting them or having them in your life in some shape or form, they will make you feel whole and complete. Well, my friends, you may not like what I'm about to say, but that's an illusion. That is an illusion. You have to make yourself whole and complete first. You have to make yourself whole and complete first. And I've had to learn this lesson over and over again. Nobody can truly fill that void in your heart, that empty void, but you. And how do you do that? By learning self-love. Not in an egotistical way, but learning to love yourself. Maybe there's parts of your body that you're not happy with. You gotta learn to love everything of yourself. Obviously, there's things that we've done in our lives that we don't love. Well, then you gotta learn to stop doing those things that cause you that pain and hurt, and learn to love yourself. You have to learn to know thyself. What makes you tick? What addictions are bad for you? What people are bad for you? What environments are bad for you? What environments are good for you? What people in your life are good for you? What addictions are good for you? Because there's healthy addictions too. You have to learn to know thyself. Gnosticism. I have a chapter in my book all about gnosis. Know thyself. When you learn to know thyself, your world will open up and magical things happen because you know yourself and you learn to be confident in yourself. You learn to trust your inner knowing or your intuition. And when you learn to know thyself, you grab the steering wheel of your life, and now you can start bobbing and weaving through what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And you start to see with clear vision or clear awareness or spiritual vision when you start to awaken spiritually. And that's why I do this channel, guys. I want to help all of you out there to be the best versions of yourselves. And one of the ways to become the best version of yourself is also having good, loving people in your life. May it be a soulmate or a twin flame. So if you're searching for that person to complete you, guys, I've been there. Oh, I need this person because I don't feel whole and complete with myself. So I chase after a certain person because they make me feel whole and complete. And then it was an illusion because I chased after something when I didn't heal myself. I made the relationship worse. So if you're searching for someone to complete you, I suggest take a break. Unplug from social media. Delete that Snapchat, that Facebook, that Insta. Unplug. And take time to discover your soul's truth. Take time to do the inner shadow work. That's why if you're one of those people who have bad relationships and they keep failing, is you have to take time to discover yourself. You got to do that inner shadow work. You got to heal thyself. Know thyself. Take time to fully heal yourself. Because this is very crucial, guys. If anybody, maybe whatever label you want to put on a relationship, karmic, soulmate, or twin flame, or divine counterpart, if you want an overall healthy relationship, a good, reliable relationship, then you have to do this. You have to heal thyself. Because if you're not healed emotionally, physically, and mentally, then you bring all that unhealed baggage or weight with you in the next relationship. And all that unhealed trauma within you eventually causes strife and hardship in your current relationship. You have to analyze that. Like, look at your past relationships and look at how your unhealed trauma or unhealed wounds affected your relationship. because the problem is like a lot of people, some people are just good-hearted, loving people, and basically they went through, not unknowingly, they weren't awakened, they didn't read, they didn't educate themselves, they didn't work on themselves, and they entered in multiple relationships where face it, they met bad partners in life, toxic partners in life, and so they were, people did them broke their heart or lied, manipulated them, and then they had to learn all these unhealthy coping mechanisms to survive in these relationships. And then they realize after years of bad relationships, they don't know what a good relationship is. And then that the toxic behaviors that they picked up in their past relationships, they bring that with them to their current relationship. And then let's say they find that really awesome, amazing person, that person that they want to marry, that they want to have kids with, they want to grow old with, they want to build an empire with. But yet they didn't do the healing. So they let all that trauma and the bad toxicness and the drama that they learned from their previous relationships, and they brought it with them to the next. And unknowingly or knowingly, those toxic behaviors affected that good relationship. Food for thought, guys. So nobody can complete you. You have to fill that void, that emptiness, whatever, that hurt, sadness, whatever you're dealing with inside you. You got to heal that first. That's the best medicine. That's, if you want that great relationship, you got to heal what's going on within you. It's called soul work. And if you don't do it, what'll happen? The law of karma, cause effect. You'll have avalanches over and over in life experiences that will cause you to basically crumble until you learn. Some people don't learn this lifetime. They have to reincarnate again. This is another important tip, guys. A good relationship is built. A good relationship is built. It's not no instant, I'm with you, and boom, we're two peas in a pod and everything's magical. You got to put in the hard work. It is built by both people putting in the work to make it lasting, making a lasting relationship. It's built by both partners sticking by each other's side through the good times, through the bad times, having those difficult conversations, expressing their emotion like, hey, I feel sad or lonely because of this. I feel hurt because of this. I feel unloved because you're not doing this and this. But it's also, you got to be able to sit down with your partner and they have to communicate with you. And then you both communicate in a loving way, express your emotions, and then you both compromise. You start building. My throat's a little parched, so I gotta take a drink here. Now, if you have a person in your life that sits there and watches you do all the building, you're putting forth all the effort, you're doing all the compromising. If that person has one foot in the door and one foot out, they're wishy-washy, you don't really know what they want. Let's face it, soulmate, twin flame, even a karmic, a divine counterpart, a healthy relationship, whatever, removing the label, they want you. So if you're sitting here and you're trying to find out if your person, if you're with a soulmate or a twin flame, do they want you? And how you know that you're wanted? Because they show you through their actions that you're wanted. They call, they text, they show up at your house and hang out with you on a regular basis. You don't go to bed lonely if you're wanted by somebody, because they're with you. Those who sit there and their doubt and that fear creeps in. Well, with somebody who truly cares for you, there's no doubt and fear. I had to learn this recently because sometimes we are delusional and our own feelings cloud our vision. You may love and care for somebody so deeply and want a relationship to work with that person so deeply and so badly that it clouds your judgment and you don't see the truth. And then you start to lie to yourself. You're delusional. And you tell they do love me, but yet maybe whatever the case may be, you guys get delusional. You start justifying their bad actions. Maybe some of you out there have done this. And ultimately, I do this I want you all to find a healthy relationship. Take the title off of it. Soulmate, friendship, twin flame, whatever dynamic or relationship it is in your life. I want you to find a healthy partner. I want you to wake up every morning knowing that you're loved and cared for. But ultimately, to find a healthy partner, it's up to you to make that choice, to choose a healthy partner. Because we've all seen the red flags, and your soul screams at you, hey, there's a red flag. Oh, there's a red flag. And how many red flags have to pop up for you to truly listen to your soul and say, hey, this is not good for me? So if you got somebody in your life that's not building, that's wishy-washy, that's not putting in the effort, close the chapter of that part of your life and begin to write a new chapter. No matter how painful, how depressed, how filled with anxiety you get. And it may get dark for you. I've been there. But it's so much better with writing with a clean slate. Not having the toxicity or the unhealthiness of a unhealthy lover or romantic partner weighing you down constantly. Because you can't grow. You can't become the best version of yourself when you're in that lower vibrational state, in that sadness and depression. You only grow when you're in that loving, confident, positive state. And you get there by one, healing yourself, and two, surrounding yourself with healthy people. So like some of us, like I've been here, some of us have had sleepless nights. If you're watching this and you're like, yep, I have multiple sleepless nights. If you have sleepless nights and you're alone, and if you're wondering if someone is your soulmate or twin flame, there's a sign right there that they're not your twin flame or soulmate. That's the hard truth, because if you find the right person, a healthy partner, a healthy lover, healthy soulmate, healthy twin flame, there's no sleepless nights, because your soul knows the truth and you can sleep at peace. You're at peace with yourself. You could go to bed with like that with no worries, no doubts in your mind, because you know on a soul level that that person cares for you. If a person is constantly breaking promises or is hurting your heart, that's a wake-up call. Someone's hurting your heart. Why is your heart hurting? Someone who truly loves and cares for you doesn't hurt your heart, because they telepathically can sense when you're hurting. And if they love and care for you, like if you're hurting, they're hurting. So they'll do everything in their power, especially if they're empathic, to help you not hurt. They won't do things or actions that would hurt you, knowingly or unknowingly. This is a simple truth. A true soulmate or twin flame, or just an overall healthy romantic partner, will be by your side when you're sleeping. So there won't be sleepless nights because they're going to call you and be like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm about to go to bed. Oh, I'm on my way because I want to cuddle up next to you and watch a movie. But you go those, you go, because let's face it, we've all been there where we fell head over heels, even in our teenage years, and we found someone we really couldn't get enough of. And when you really can't get enough of somebody, you do everything in your power to be with them. Meaning you just work that 10-hour shift and you're exhausted, but you don't care. You're going to go to that person's house and hang out with them even though you're tired. You have a hectic, busy schedule, you're going to create time in your schedule to be with that person. So that's another sign that they're not your soulmate or twin flame. If they're not making time for you. A healthy person, soulmate, twin flame, like true, the what because obviously there's unhealthy, like people don't know how to be good partners in life. It's sad truth. I've been there too. I made mistakes. And I'm still learning on this journey. But ultimately, for me, when I truly love and care for somebody, I pull out the red carpet and I do everything in my power to show that person that I love them, to be there for them. But it's a mutual it takes two people, because you could be pouring out all your love, but if they're not pouring out no love to you, what's the point? What's the point? It, ultimately, with your soulmate or twin flame, or just a good person that just wants to be with you, there is no wondering if he or she cares for you, because through their actions, they would show you that they care. They show up to your house. They call and text you regularly, even if like you guys can't see each other. They check in. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I hope you have a good day, even though they're busy or whatever. They do small gestures to show their affections towards you. Most importantly, they would never do anything knowingly or unknowingly to hurt you. If someone's hurting you emotionally, physically, mentally, over and over again, they don't care about you. If you're in anguish and you're sitting on that couch depressed or sad, or they broke up with you, or they just kind of treat you badly, not a good lover to you, that's all you need to know. Ultimately, you guys gotta you need a healthy relationship. Ultimately, a healthy relationship. So, before I go into the signs of a soulmate, I want to go into signs of a toxic person, a toxic lover, a toxic relationship. Because a lot of you guys out there are searching for the ultimate partner, and then you're caught up on a certain somebody, and you're like, and you're putting that label on them. I think they're my soulmate. I think that they're my twin flame. I think that they're my divine counterpart. All that is nice. Because trust me, when you met your twin flame or your true soulmate, you come alive. They a night of fire in you that you never ever felt before. You feel such a intense emotion, and it can be good, and it can be really devastating, especially that person, or if you guys don't know what you're doing, or someone is unhealed and they don't know how to be a good partner to you. It could be a rough roller coaster, but it could also be the most blessed relationship ever. But I want you guys to, really sit with yourself. Take the label off of whoever you're thinking about right now as you're watching this video. Take the label off. Ask yourself this question. Were they a healthy partner to me? Was it a healthy relationship? Or was it a toxic relationship? Or was it an unhealthy relationship. So, sign number 1, a toxic person treats you like an option and not a priority. They treat you like an option and not a priority. You're always like their backup. When they have plans and everything and then it falls out, then they call you. Then they want to hang out with you. They're not making you first. A good, healthy relationship, they always make you first. Vice versa, you make them first. Sign number 2, they ghost often. They ghost you. They only have time to see you every now and then. They often don't respond back to your calls or texts in a timely manner, and it seems like you're the one always reaching out. Come on, guys, in this modern era, all our phones are in our pockets. The funniest thing, you'll see a person that you care about or you're supposed to be in a romantic relationship with, and they can sit there and text and call their best friends or all these people instantly. But when it comes to you, they don't respond, a couple hours go by or days go by. They're treating you like an option. That's a toxic person. That's an unhealthy relationship. Sign number 3, they keep secrets from you, or they keep you a secret to the rest of the world. They don't tell others that you're dating. Maybe some of you are out there where you're dating, quote, dating somebody, and you tell everyone, all your friends and family, hey, I'm dating this person, I'm with this person, but yet they can't tell others about you. Why? Because the sad truth is because the reason a healthy partner says they're dating you and tells the whole world because they love you so much, they're so happy to have you in their life that they want to share that with everybody. But a toxic person, they don't tell people that you're dating because they want to be able to pursue others outside of your relationship. That's why they don't, you may be dating them for a long time and they don't put in a relationship with so-and-so on their Facebook or Insta or whatever. They don't tell the world and they'll make up excuses. But really it's because they want to keep you a secret so they could, when they're off doing their shenanigans or out partying or clubbing or whatever they're doing, they can be instantly single and flirt, do whatever. You should never keep secrets from your partner. And if you're dating somebody, you should never be a secret to anybody, from anybody. Number 4, love triangle. Meaning, what is the love triangle? It means that they're in contact with multiple people who they are pursuing romantically or pursuing lustfully. They seem to have your replacement lined up. A healthy relationship, soulmate, twin flame, whatever, a healthy partner will cut out any temptations because they love you, they care for you. So they don't really, like all the has-beens in their life, they don't want them in their life no more because their sole focus is you. That's, if you got somebody who's like dating you, but yet they're still talking to 2, 3, 4, 5 of their exes, and they say, oh, we're just good friends. Come on now. Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. You guys are smarter than that. If they're always with their ex, they're with you, dating you, but yet they disappear with their ex for a weekend, then they don't love you. They don't care for you. And that's a toxic person. And that's really toxic if you allow that into your life. There should never be a love triangle. There should never be anybody but you. You are the priority in the relationship. If you're treated like an option, meaning they got you as an option, this person as an option, that person as an option, this person as an option, They hang out with you one day and then they're hanging out with this person and come on, guys. 5, they lie and manipulate often. They never tell you the whole story. They tend to bend things to make them look good. We all been there where your partner tells you this whole spiel and you just intuitively know there's something more to it. Because you can sense the energy. Number 6, they play the victim card or the poor pitiful me, the sob story over and over again. And you being a loving, empathic person just wants to reach out and catch them and help them. Some people know what they're doing. They do that because they're luring you in. It's called love bombing, where this happens with certain toxic people or some narcissists. There's covert narcissism and there's overt narcissism where they love bomb you, where basically you meet them and they tell you everything you want to hear and they're with you for a month or two and they seem like the perfect person. They say all the right words, and the minute they get you lured in, then that mask comes off. And now they're off clubbing and partying because they think that they got you locked in. And they're off partying, clubbing, talking to all these other potential partners. It's a tactic. It's called love bombing. They lure you in, get you in, but they don't really care about you. You're just an option to them. And so they slowly drain you as they keep pursuing stuff, and that mask comes off, and they're a whole nother person. In any good relationship, you should be able to be your authentic self. There should never be a mask. Number 7, they never take accountability for their actions and often blame you for their wrongs. We all been in relationships, but a sign of a good, healthy relationship is your person can come to you and be like, hey, I really screwed up. I hurt your heart. I'm so sorry, and I will never do it again. A sign of a toxic person, they'll say that they hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. I hurt you, but yet they keep doing the same thing that hurts you. Someone who really loves you, a healthy partner, soulmate, twin flame, doesn't hurt you. They try to always be loving and caring, and they're conscious of their actions and deeds. And then they're mindful of whatever they're doing, whatever action they're doing. They'll automatically not do anything that will cause strife in your relationship. Number 8, they're not loyal to you and often break promises. Loyalty, what is that? That's that person who's your ride or die. That's that person when you're on top of the mountain, they're with you, or when you're falling down the mountain, they're with you. But if a person wants to be with you when you're on the top of that mountain, but when you start rolling down, they bail, toxic person or unhealthy person. 9, they talk a big game. They say they'll do this and that. They say they'll make compromise, and they'll say all this stuff to try to make the relationship work, but nothing changes. They're all talking, no action. I went through this, one of my partners, where I like to go to bed at a reasonable hour, partner next to me. And I would constantly, every couple of weeks, be like, hey, I need that my love language is you laying next to me, showing me that you love me by sleeping next to me. And she'd be good for a day. Then, yeah, I don't want to dive deep into that subject. That door is closed. But basically, when you communicate with your partner, and they're like, yeah, I'll do this better. Yeah, I understand that this is your love language and I need to speak your love language and show you that I love you more, but they don't, that's a problem. It's all talk, no action. Guys, you a healthy relationship, your person shows you through their actions. You don't have to ask. It's like autopilot. You guys all been there where you love someone and care for them so much that you just go ahead out of your will, the kindness of your heart, because you love them, you do cool and nice things for them. It may be just opening the door or saying, hey, I love you, or giving them a hug, laying your head on their lap. You don't have to be asked. It's the actions. So pay attention, guys, to the actions of a person, not their words. There's people out there who talk a big game, but their actions falter every time. A healthy partner, a good soulmate, their actions show you that you're loved. Number 10, a sign of a toxic person, maybe a toxic friend, family member, or a lover, they make you feel sad and hurt. Yes, in relationships, we are hurt and sad, right? We go through things, we're learning our partners and everything, right? But ultimately, a good, healthy relationship, it's you go through that little bit of turbulence, but you work through it and you get over it and you just keep building a healthy relationship. But a toxic person constantly makes you sad. You're constantly feeling alone. You begin to doubt your own sanity. You go through sadness and hurt alone. A healthy partner, a healthy lover, you're not alone. Let me repeat that. A healthy lover, you're not alone. I had to realize this where I met someone, because guys, I use my own hurt, pain, all the knowledge that I've acquired, and I share it with you. And I went through a moment, like a dark night of the soul moment, where I was lost for a minute. And I was hurt and I was sad. And then I thought, I'm like, but I could really feel the spark between us. Then I had to realize, and this is what it all boiled down to. I was alone. And that person didn't care if I was sad. That person didn't care that I was hurting inside. And what was causing the sadness and hurt is because I wasn't with that person no more. And yeah, it was my own fault because I broke up with that person, but I couldn't deal with the unhealthiness of the relationship, the one-sidedness of the relationship. So I intuitively knew, hey, this is unhealthy. My garden is starting to wither and die. I have to do something. So I had to cut that person out of my life. But I was still hurt and sad. But ultimately, you wouldn't have to break up. There would be no breakup if you were with a healthy person. You don't do the sadness and hurt alone. So if you are sitting here looking for your soulmate or your twin flame and you got a label on somebody, are you alone right now? Has it been weeks you've been alone? Has it been years since you've been alone? And yet you still put out the label on that person that they're your soulmate and twin flame. The basic truth in a healthy partner, you're never alone. You don't have sleepless nights because the person that ultimately cares about you is next to you every night. They text you every day. They call you every day. So let that sink in. Are you alone? If you're doing a lot, it's better, like, stop chasing after somebody or putting a label on, oh, this is my soulmate or twin flame, and you're alone. You feel hurt and sad inside. Then obviously they're not your soulmate or twin flame. Because a soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart, there's a magnetic, magical pull that just pulls you together, and you don't want to be with anybody else. Now, you may be that person who's like, I have a magnetic pull to this person, and I don't want anybody else but this person. But analyze how are their reactions towards you. Because if they felt the same, they would already be in your life. They would still be with you. There wouldn't be no separation or breakup. So if they don't feel that magnetic pull, then obviously they're not the right one for you. All right, so now I went on that tangent, guys. Sit with yourselves. I want you all to find a healthy relationship. I want you all to find a soulmate, your twin flame. But it's also setting healthy boundaries in our relationship. That's important too. It's crucial. If you set healthy boundaries, you both set healthy boundaries, and that person is always like stepping over the boundary, toxic. And or unhealthy. And I don't want to fault or put labels on people. People are all flawed. I'm flawed. But at the end of the day, you are like a mighty tree. And if you're not growing and you're slowly withering and dying, then that's not a healthy relationship. You want to be healthy. Your partner, your soulmate, twin flame, they're pouring water to you. They make you happy. So let's just begin. Signs of a soulmate. You know each other's pain. You can sense each other's energy. Sign number 2. You're not afraid of having a conversation. You can speak your truth with this person, and they don't judge you for it. You're not afraid to open up. We all have these walls because of past lovers, past situations, and we are guarded. But when you're with the right person, that door can open up because you know, like, hey, this person is not out to hurt me. They love me and care for me, and all they want is for me to be loved. Number 3, you share the same goals, same life interests. And you don't necessarily share their, and you guys can dream together so like, let's say you both want to go on a trip, so you communicate, hey, we both need to go on a trip, and then you guys communicate, compromise, and find a good trip to go together. You grow together. A healthy relation, you grow together. Sign number 4, you both apologize. You're both able to apologize and admit you messed up. I know many people in my life who won't say they're sorry. I was one of those people when I was younger. I was prideful and arrogant. And I had to learn to be like, hey, I really messed up this time. And I made me a better person, made me more humble. And it also made me not do the same mistakes that caused that hurt and pain on others or whatever situation I was in. So a soulmate can, or both partners are able to apologize and admit they messed up. Sign number 5, they know you better than anybody else in your life. They know you better than your parents and your siblings or even your best friend. They not only know you on a heart-to-heart level, they know you on a soul level. They truly know what makes you tick. Yeah, right? There's only a handful of people that truly know me. And one is because I'm very spiritual and been on this spiritual awakening journey for many of my lives, and I'm very intuitive, and I know when to let my guard down and when not to let my guard down. And there's people out there that you could let into they look like sheep, but they're foxes, and if you let them into your hen house, they'll destroy it. That's why it's important to better yourself, so you could or awaken your spiritual senses. That way, that stuff doesn't happen. Sign number 6, there's a tense and mutual respect for each other's individuality and personal growth. You guys respect each other. There's a mutual respect. You feel comfortable around them, right? Like you just come over, sit on the couch, and you just feel comfortable. You don't need to have a deep conversation. You just want to be in their presence, their energy. You feel there's a feeling of support, encouragement, and empowerment for each other. Like they encourage you to be the best version of you, and you encourage them to be the best version of you. You call them out when they're doing toxic things that are unhealthy for them, and they call you out on your unhealthy behavior because ultimately they love and care for you, and they just want the best for you. So you gotta stop looking at it as, oh, they're nagging me all the time. No, you gotta look at it as, hey, they just truly love me, and because they truly love me, they're just telling me the truth. They're not nagging. They just want the best for you. Some people are like, oh, I feel so smothered by this person. They just want to keep me trapped. And they feel, but it's not that. They don't want to keep you trapped or all to themselves. It's maybe you're doing bad things or toxic behaviors, and they just love you so much that they're like, hey, let's say you're a drinker, and like, hey, why not stay home and not go out to drink? And you think that they're just trying to be a party pooper. Just food for thought, guys. A soulmate wants the best for you. You feel a sense of completeness and wholeness when you're together, as if no one else in the world exists but just you two. Another sign, I've said this before, they bring out the best in you, right? They bring out the best in you. Wouldn't you want that as a partner in life? Like, that just like gives you that extra push to be like, hey, you could do so much, you could soar so much better. You know, you want someone in your life that could help you spread your wings and fly and reach your truest potential. You don't want somebody in your life that keeps you grounded and keeps you from flying, right? There's more than just a physical attraction. You're attracted to their soul. That's a really important one, guys. Because I've been around, man, I've been around some, like, in my opinion, super, super gorgeous women or attractive people. And I've been hit on by many of them. And they wanted to date me and all that. And nothing wrong with any of those people. Their soul wasn't attractive to me. Their heart wasn't attractive to me. Their actions and deeds and how they treated other people wasn't attractive to me. I need, especially if you go through this spiritual awakening and you're searching for your soulmate and your twin flame or your divine counterpart, you begin to you focus less on the physical attraction. And what really sets your heart on fire is their soul. They're there for you and support you through your ups and downs. Like I talked about that. If you guys are alone and you're scrolling through YouTube trying to make sense of why they broke up with you or whatnot, and you're alone, I'm telling you that because your person, your soulmate, they're there to support you through your ups and downs, through when you have a tear-filled pillow to when you're jumping up for joy. They're there for the highs and lows. Well, this video has gotten pretty long and I've rambled on, and I hope this is helpful, guys. Ultimately, though, I hope you all find your soulmate. I hope you all find your twin flame and your divine counterpart, your other half. How to do that? I suggest you guys heal yourself first. Everything you are a mirror. So what you are in the inside, you attract outwardly. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't feel comfortable in your own body or your own skin, if you feel you're in lack, if you're addicted to some type of substance to help numb you from your inner turmoil and pain, you attract that to you. You pull that like a magnet to you. And you'll keep going through karmic or toxic or unhealthy relationships until you heal yourself. If you become the best version of you, right? Meaning if you could stop the toxic addictions, or your toxic behavior, and um, whatever, you guys know what you need to work on, right? If you become the best version of you, you could attract um, the best version of you out there to you. So do the inner healing. It's tough. Nobody wants to deal with their baggage. They don't want to deal with, hey, maybe I was a bad lover in my past relationships. Because also that's other reason why you're in bad relationship is because maybe you, yes, maybe you, the law of karma, what you do to others, you do unto yourself. So if you were a player, you're going to be played. If you were an unhealthy partner, uh, you will attract an unhealthy partner who's going to be unhealthy to you. To show you, for that law of cause and effect, that karma. The coolest thing is you change yourself, guys. You change your life. Change yourself, change your life. So if you want a healthy relationship, then you, yes, you, have to be a healthy partner. Um, and also, it's also knowing who's healthy and who's unhealthy. Yeah, because you gotta avoid those people. Like, yeah, they may be physically attractive, but if their soul is dark, don't be with those person. Be with that person who just lights up your world, who shows you that you're loved and cared for. If I find that in my life, I'm never letting that go. But the important thing is how to be. Do your own research. Read books, articles. If you don't know how to be a good partner to somebody, research what does it take to be a healthy partner, um, and then start implementing that in your relationship. Change yourself, change your life. Um, like and subscribe if this was helpful, guys. I wish you all the best in your journey. God bless you.